Hello, Maria. You're already here. Grandma and I weren't expecting you for another 2 hours. That's even better. Come here, my child. We'll take your things away first.
Can't we go to the horses first, Grandpa? Please. I've been looking forward to it the whole time.
Sure, let's go to the horses first, my angel. That's actually quite fitting, because I didn't even have the time to go look after them this afternoon. They still need to be cared for. Maybe you can give me a hand.
Of course I'll help you. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Don't you worry. After all, I've been working with horses for almost 40 years. I'm sure I still remember one or two things. Do you already know how long you can stay? Your mother said something about 2 weeks, but she didn't know for sure whether you could last that long with us.
So, my vacation lasts several weeks, but I'll have to see. The time will probably pass very quickly, but maybe I'll just hang around here for another 2 or 3 days.
Hanging around? Well, well. Let us show you how we hang around in the countryside. Ah, wonderful. This is a real country stable. I love that smell.
Where are the horses?
Right there. You're just in time because I have a real gem there. Let's see how you two get along.
What breed is it?
A pinto. Ever heard of it?
Yes, of course.
Well, then you probably know where the name pinto comes from, don't you?
Pinto is not a real breed, but simply a name for horses that have a distinct piebald pattern in addition to the basic color.
That's right. And it comes from the Spanish and means something painted on.
Can I join him in the stall, Grandpa?
Of course, my little girl. That's why we're here. Go on in. I'll be right behind you, but take your time so that Joker can get used to you.
What do I have to do first? Brush him.
Every horse should be cleaned thoroughly once a day, but so that your grandma doesn't rip my head off, I suggest you just brush it now, and we will come back later for a proper cleaning. Agreed?
Oh, well. Am I doing it right?
Yes, very good. Make sure that you only work on the large areas of the body with the brush. We will use the other brush for the head and legs later, and the sponge for the eyes and mouth.
It's so much fun, Grandpa. I wish I could live here forever.
Living on a farm is hard work, my little one. Let's see if you're still as enthusiastic after your vacation.
Hello, Maria.
Grandma, Grammy, I've already been to the horses. Grandpa showed me everything.
So, without going to me first, I'm going to pull your ears out after that. Oh, Maria, you've gotten so big again. Let me have a look at you.
Oh, Grandma, you say that every time we see each other. But look, Grandpa gave me real work clothes that I can wear when I have to work in the stable.
You don't have to do anything for now, my dear. First, you're on vacation today, and second, I'll show you your room first. Then clean yourself up a bit, because the meal will be on the table in 20 minutes.
Yes, and I have to go to bed early too, Grandpa said. Joker is also an early riser. Grandma, I really want to learn to ride. Do you think Grandpa can teach me?
Of course, my child. I shouldn't really tell you, but Grandpa has arranged with Cleo that you can take the horseshoe test with us this vacation. Cleo is an official teacher and is allowed to exam you.
Oh, Grandma, that's wonderful! I've been dreaming about this for the last few weeks. Super, super, super!
But don't tell Grandpa that you already know. He'll want to surprise you with it.
Of course. Grandma, I can be as silent as the grave! Yay! Hello, Grandpa. I have time now. Can we go back to the stables to Joker and give him the full treatment, just like the real riders do?
I'd love to. Come on. I was just going over there anyway.
Awesome.
Okay. Then let's go outside with Joker. The horses always feel more comfortable when you clean them outside, and you'll have a bit more space. I think these stalls here are far too small now. I'll probably have to build a new stable soon. Good. Then move the currycomb from top to bottom so that you are not working against the hair. The currycomb stimulates the blood circulation of the horse and removes all the dust and dirt particles. But be careful not to get into places where the bones are directly under the skin because that hurts. So only use it on the muscled areas.
Like this?
Yes, very good. Now take the brush and use it to clean the horse's face and legs. It is much softer. This means you won't hurt the horse if you clean areas where the bones are directly under the skin.
Is that okay?
Exactly. Be careful not to get too close to the eyes.
Okay.
Good. Next, take the mane comb and carefully comb his mane. You can also use a brush, but I actually prefer the comb, and I think Joker prefers it too.
Oh, it's really tangled.
Yes, you should normally take a little more time with the hair. You can now use the brush to carefully groom the horse's tail from top to bottom.
Is that right?
You are doing a wonderful job. When you've finished, take the sponge and carefully wipe the eyes and mouth. These are particularly sensitive areas, so you shouldn't actually use any rough, hard tools. Always use 2 sponges, one for the head and one for the rear.
That sounds fair. I wouldn't want someone to run a curry comb through my face either, Grandpa.
So if you want, you can also wash the horse with the water hose today. This doesn't always have to be done, but it's so warm today that you can get the whole horse wet. Normally, you wash the horse's legs with the hose, as they are often the dirtiest. but I rarely do that in winter.
I probably shouldn't wash the horse with a strong stream, should I? The water can also hurt.
How right you are. Always check the strength of the water before you point the hose at the horse. Now it's time to clean horses' hooves. This is where a lot of dirt, such as stones, manure, or riding arena flooring, naturally collects. Take the hoof pick and carefully remove the dirt.
A lot of things are really stuck.
Yes, that's why the horse has to be completely cleaned once a day. It is always particularly noticeable in places like this, but you have to be careful with the hoof pick because the frog of the hoof is really sensitive.
Do you think that's enough? I think it's actually quite clean.
Yes, that's definitely enough. Put the hoof pick away and use hoof grease. You can actually also use hoof oil, but to be honest, I don't like the smell of it.
And what should I do with it now? Just smear it all over with the brush?
Exactly. The hooves need to be well lubricated so that they remain really elastic. Once everything is spread out, take the next hoof, clean it first, and then grease it. So, when you're done with that, we have to muck out the stall and feed the horse.
And what to do with Joker?
He can wait here. He always feels good in the fresh air, and it won't take that long. Come on, let's go inside.
Phew, the horses make quite a mess. Where's the best place to start?
Well, this is practically the horse's home. If you own horses, you are also responsible for them. In the wild, the animals can, of course, take care of themselves. First of all, we should check the feed trough and water trough. Horses always need fresh water, so you have to change it at least 3 times a day, as well as the food. But let's do it this way, so that you take care of the food once a day. I will then take over the other 2 feedings. Make sure that the drinking trough is always clean because horses don't drink water that is dirty. Clear, fresh water really is best.
Of course I feel like it, but how much does a horse drink per day?
Oh, that's quite a lot. On average, around 30 to 50 liters per day.
Wow, that's a lot.
Indeed. You also have to make sure that you don't give your horse something to drink when its body is still very hot. In other words, directly after the ride.
Does it matter what food I give to my horse?
Yes, of course, Maria. There is a basic food for horses, like hay and straw. There's also pellet, fresh food, supplements, and treats. I will explain to you during the vacations when you should use which one. For now, it's enough if you add hay and straw.
Really? That many?
Oh, yes. If you want, I can explain it to you right now.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, first of all, you need to know that the amount of food for each horse has to be determined individually. They have a very long intestine, but a relatively small stomach, so they can eat a lot, but always in small portions. During the summer, horses can live on grass alone, while in winter, they need hay and straw. However, if they are expected to compete, they naturally need additional food such as oats, pellet, maize, or barley. Fresh food usually consists of grass, carrots, and sugar beet. The supplements consists of minerals, vitamins, and salt licks. As the name suggests, this type of feed should be given as a supplement and not as part of the basic diet. I think the treats are already explained by its name. This includes apples, dry bread, carrots, and snacks.
How can I remember all that? I think I'll have to ask you again later, Grandpa.
That's not a problem. Ask whenever you want, my little one.
Great, I certainly will.
Wonderful. Then I'll show you how to clean the stall properly and get everything ready for the horse. The horse should always be tied up outside when you muck out the stall. Then you have plenty of space and the horse won't get frightened. Normally you need a fork and a shovel to muck out. However, I usually just use the manure fork and the wheelbarrow to fill it in.
Okay.
Put the wheelbarrow not too far away and start by removing the horse droppings. Also the old sticky and wet bedding. Once you removed all dirty bedding, you can start spreading fresh batch over the floor.
That certainly always stinks, doesn't it?
You'll get used to it. In a few days, you won't even notice the smell.
So, I'd say I'm done. And what do you think, Grandpa?
Looks perfect. I'm sure Joker will be grateful. Then bring him in.
Look, Grandpa, he seems to be feeling really well. We seem to have done everything right.
Yes, more likely you. I just gave a few tips, but it's true, Joker is really happy with his clean stall. Now I have to explain to you how to tack him up, but I think we'll put that off until tomorrow. I still have to repair a gate, and I'm sure you're already hungry. I'll see you later, Maria.
Hello, Maria. Do you remember me? Probably not, do you? The last time I saw you, you were 10 years younger. Well, your enthusiasm for horses was already apparent back then. Oh yes, I'm Cleo. Hello, Cleo. Sorry, but you don't really look familiar to me. I can only remember your name. That's what I thought. Well, then we now have every reason to get to know each other again. As your grandpa has already told me, you'll be here on our farm for the next few weeks. That's great. I think so too. I'm really looking forward to it too. Unfortunately, I have to admit that I still can't ride properly, but I just haven't tried learning it yet. Hey, I have an idea. I happen to be here this summer at my grandfather's farm, and if you want, I can teach you how to ride. Wow, that would be so great! Would you do that? Sure, no problem. I'm really happy to do it. You may not know it, but I am a part-time riding instructor, and theoretically, I could even take your exams. Exams? You mean those horseshoe tests? Yes, exactly that. There's a small and a large horseshoe. Given your size and age, you could actually do both. But let's wait and see. You can drop by the riding arena tomorrow, and I'll show you a few basic things. Oh, yes, great! I'll definitely do that!
So I heard you're going to ride for the first time today. Great thing. Cleo is really looking forward to it too.
Yes, I can hardly wait. Oh man, why am I so excited?
That's normal, my little one. It was the same for me the first time. You can take my word for it. Let me show you how to tack up the horse properly. As you probably know, the saddle transfers the rider's weight to the horse's back. It is therefore very important that you do it correctly so that the horse feels comfortable during the ride. Personally, I always saddle the horse first and then bridle it. That way I can tie it up very comfortably. Go to the left side of the horse and let the saddle slide from front to back on the horse's back. Then go to the right side and carefully attach the girth. Then go back to the left side and buckle up the girth tightly. Of course, you have to dismount first to untack it. When you're at the ground, first, push the stirrups upwards at the bottom of the stirrup leather because that way they can't get caught anywhere. Finally, push the saddle sideways off the horse's back. Just like the saddle, the bridle is one of the basic pieces of equipment for riding. Alongside the combined noseband, the Hanoverian noseband is actually one of the most commonly used. Now take the bridle and push the bit into the horse's mouth. Make sure that the forelock lies smoothly under the bridle before buckling it up. Slide the headpiece over the right ear first. When the bridle is fitted, you must fasten the buckles. Then it is best to check the length of the chin and cheek straps again, which of course must not be too tight. It is said that they should be about 2 fingers wide and flat. If you want to take the bridle off, you must ensure that you open the chin and cheek straps again beforehand.
Hello, Maria. Before we really get going today, I would like to tell you a few quick things about mounting and dismounting correctly. There are basically 2 ways to get on and off the horse. Either the horse is too big for you, then you should get someone to help you. To do this, the person must grasp your bent left lower leg and then lift you up. If you have known your horse for a long time and it trusts you, you can even place a suitable mounting aid next to the horse. It is also important that the saddle girth is already tightened and that you check it again after about 10 minutes. And how do I get on the horse alone? If you are tall enough, then the procedure is as follows. While holding against the horse with your right hand, push your left foot into the stirrup, then carefully swing your right leg over the horse's back and support yourself with your left hand on the horse. And you're on top. And don't let yourself fall in, but sit down gently. Oh yes, you should only adjust the stirrups when you are sitting on in the saddle. Otherwise, you will certainly have to do it twice. That was easier than I always thought. Yes, I felt the same way back then. Well, and it's also very easy to get down. First, take both legs out of the stirrups, lean forward, and swing both your legs to the left and jump off. Don't tense up. It's very important. The horse always senses how relaxed or tense you are. The hip joint is very important here. Okay, I'll have to practice that a bit. Of course. Don't think that I was able to do this correctly from the start. And how many seat types are there? So, in addition to the full seat, there is also the rising trot and the jumping seat, also known as the light seat. But I'm not going to tell you anything about these today, otherwise you'll be confused afterwards. Let's deal with the full seat first. Well, you've only just started your riding lessons, haven't you? So, today I would like to teach you another riding seat, namely the light seat.
Oh, nice!
That's what I thought. The light seat is based on the full seat, but differs in a few important ways. First of all, it is mainly used when jumping and when riding outside, so also in the paddock, for example.
And why is it done like this?
First and foremost, to take the tension off the horse, or rather its back. But of course, you should also try to create a connection between you and your horse in every situation. It is very important that the horse feels comfortable too.
No, that's logical, of course. Am I doing it right?
Yes, but the stirrups should actually be 3 to 5 holes shorter so that there is more movement in the hip, knee, and ankle joints. The upper body should be leaned a little further forward, but the back must remain straight, while the hands must lie a little further along the horse's neck. For now, however, this looks really good. All right, let's learn to walk today, shall we? Are you ready?
Of course I want to try.
Okay, you probably already know what the 3 basic gaits of every horse are called, right?
Yes, I think so. That's trot, canter, and, what's the third one called?
Trot and canter are of course correct. The third one you can't think of is the walk, which is actually the first one, because walk is the slowest gait for horses.
I think there were even 2 other gaits, but maybe I'm mixing things up.
Wow, I didn't think you knew that. You're right. But they don't belong to the basic gaits, because they only occur in the so-called gaited horses, such as the Icelanders. In any case, they are called pace and tolt, but we don't need to worry about them for the time being, as we mostly only have pintos and Arabians here at the farm. This one is also an Arabian, by the way.
Yes, I know. Grandpa already told me that.
Well, okay. Do you want me to tell you more about the individual gaits?
Of course.
Okay, so let's start with the walk. The walk is a 4-beat striding movement. The front and hind legs walk one after the other. First front left, then back right, front right, and at the end, back left. The strides should therefore be rhythmic and strong.
Uh-huh.
The trot, on the other hand, is more a swinging movement in 2-beat striding. In contrast to the walk, the trot has a diagonal simultaneous hooves on the ground sequence with a subsequent hover phase, back right and front left hooves. Then comes the hover phase, and then the back left and front right hooves, and again the hover phase. Here the strides should also be rhythmic and rather energetic and expansive.
Okay, I want to try it right away.
Just a moment. Let me quickly say something about the canter. The canter is the fastest gait, kind of like a jumping movement in 3 beats with a hover phase after each stride. Just like the trot, the strides should be rhythmically swinging and energetic.
I have to remember all these things.
Don't worry. We'll be practicing this extensively over the next few weeks, and you can also use your diary to write all the new information and personal notes.
Right, that's actually a good idea.
Well, for the Big Horseshoe test, you also need to know how to pass next to horses. These are only a few things, but they are very important. First, you must pay attention to the safety distance when you lead your horse past other horses. It is said that there must be at least 1 horse length between the other horse and you. Before you approach the other horse, speak to the horse in a calming tone, but still clearly. The panic hook is also worth mentioning. This is a safety hook that you can always open very easily, even if the horse is already pulling on it nervously.
And if I meet a horse in the stable lane? Okay, our stable isn't that big, but I've also seen bigger ones.
Good question. So if this happens, you should speak to the horses and ask them with your hand to move aside. They usually understand. However, if they are already nervous or stressed out, you should ask another rider or an instructor to take the other horse away.
Ah, okay, got it.
Of course, I should also take this opportunity to mention turning in the stable lane. This should be done very carefully and without rushing. Rapid turning should be avoided at all costs, as this will cause panic.
I understand.
In addition, there should be no dangerous objects standing around nearby. By this, I also mean things that can make noise if they fall over. This could frighten the horses. Have I forgotten something else? Well, apart from that, just like when passing other horses, you have to keep a safe distance and get help if necessary. Good, then go to the starting position. Now show me the rising trot. That's good. Now try to switch to a trot. That's good. Now try to switch to a gallop. Now trot again. Very nice. Now a short gallop, please. Now trot again. Now show me the rising trot. Now trot again. Very nice. Now a short gallop, please. Now trot again. Very nice. Now a short gallop, please. Now show me the rising trot. And stop. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but there are certain rein aids that are supposed to help the rider. At the beginning of a rider's training, these are often used as it is difficult at first to always maintain a horse and remember on all these other things like proper seat.
I didn't know about this. Can you explain?
Okay, so the permitted auxiliary reins are the side reins, bumper rein, and the sliding ring martingale. All in all, they help you and the horse to have more freedom of movement and, of course, to be able to communicate with the horse better.
I got it.
I'm really curious to see whether you'll need them at all. You've done so well so far.
Well, isn't he beautiful? It also cost me a pretty penny, but I think I still got a good deal on him. This one is going to be a fantastic racehorse, I can tell you that.
It looks really great, Grandpa.
And have you thought about what you want to call it?
Yes, I would like to give it this name.
That's a really good name, Maria.
Really? Thought about it all night, and I just like it best. It suits him well, too.
I'll leave you two alone then. I know you can look after him properly, but I hope it's not too much for you, because you have to look after two horses now, Maria.
Of course I know that. Don't worry, Grandpa. We'll be okay.
All right. I'll go then. I have to go back into town to get some food, but I think I'll be back around noon. Have fun!
Yes, see you soon, Grandpa.
Good, then go to the starting position. Now show me the rising trot. That's good. Now try to switch to a trot. That's good. Now try to switch to a gallop. Now trot again. Very nice. Now a short gallop, please. Now trot again. Now show me the rising trot. Now trot again. Very nice. Now a short gallop, please. Now trot again. Very nice. Now a short gallop, please. Now show me the rising trot. And stop.